Okay, thank you very much. I'm proud to be here today. Although I'm the latest one, I hope you are still interested in getting information, more information than you already got. For me, it was very interesting to hear what the colleagues are doing, what worldwide is going on mental health promotion. That is a great opportunity also for me, hope for you too, and I will present you something about my experience about mental health promotion in Germany. We have a lot of other colleagues, but we in my center at the University of Lüneburg near Hamburg, I will show you a little bit later, and it's about creating conditions of scaling up. How can we disseminate all the things we are already doing? Germany is a big country, 80 million people. How can you reach all the people over the country? How you can do that? Not only implementing things in school, how you do that, that's also difficult, but also to disseminate it. And I will talk a little bit more about dissemination. And I will tell you as an example, the Mind Matters program, that is originally an Australian program. We adapted it in Germany, we changed it. It is no longer an Australian program. In Australia is not any longer existing. So I had to tell you this because the Australian government is said to me that I should not talk about the Australian Mind Matters program because it's no longer existing. And they don't want that I talk about a program that is no longer existing in Australia, although I'm allowed to use the name Mind Matters. And we have the name Mind Matters also in Germany. When I adopted it from Australia, I had no better name for the program than the Australian original name. So I did it, and you know, in schools, English language sounds a little bit more modern than the German language. So that has something to do with the attractiveness of a program in schools, how the wording is, what title you have. And we already heard today that somebody is also thinking about the title of a program. So that should be easy to communicate, should be attractive to your target population. So I will go forward. And you can see here the Center of Applied Sciences of Health. That is a research center of my university. I'm heading this research center, and we are doing a lot of other programs. It is only one of the programs we are doing and implementing, developing, adapting, whatever. So, yeah, and scaling up, you can see that was a never-ending story, you know, that is to do that. So, just a little brief introduction to Germany. You can see on the right side there that Czech Republic, we have a long border to Germany, and we are close neighbors. We are in the midst of Europe, and Germany is also neighbors in Poland. You can see that Austria, Switzerland, France, Belgium, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands, and above there it's Denmark. So we are in the midst there. We have it's missing. It's about, we have 80 million inhabitants, of course, in Germany. And we have 16 Länder, we have 60 Ministry of Education, we have 42,000 schools, more than 1 million teachers, and more than 12 million students. So if you're talking about dissemination worldwide, then you have to keep in mind that we are not in Switzerland, that we are not in Liechtenstein, that we are in Germany. So we have a huge task to reach that. And you can see, we'll see that we haven't reached this goal to get in contact with every school, with every teacher and every pupil. So yes, and over the years, we adapted it from Australia. It was more than 20 years ago. We changed the perspective in the program. You can see from the in-school health promotion and prevention, from health promotion to parents promoting school to good healthy school. And you can see here that originally the program in Australia was a mental health promotion program within the tradition of the health promoting school, because it was in the late 90s, last century. The tradition was the health promoting school, a new approach. After that we had health education in the schools. And now we see mental health promotion as a catalyst to improve education in general and health education in schools in particular. Focus is on education and quality of schools and effective schools. So we do not promote health any longer, we promote education with health or through health. You can see to develop a good school with mental health. So we change the perspective, because schools belong to the education sector. Schools want to be good schools, teachers want to be good teachers. So we want to help them to be this, and maybe health can help them. Not just an extra burden on their shoulders. You should also now mental health promotion. And we say, no, I'm not trained in that. But we can offer him an opportunity to be better teachers, to be better schools. Try it with health sciences knowledge that we have. They are usually using psychology, for example. Teachers in schools using sociology, but not so often health sciences, because health sciences related to schools is a very young discipline. We don't have in Germany not so many research results about this, but we can help schools and say, yes, we want to support you in your endeavors to be good teachers, to be good schools. This is the way we are going. We are not at the end, but we are changing the system in Germany in school health promotion. Not just the traditional way that health is the end point, but health, as I already said, is a resource, is a driver of education. So, Mind Matters program looks like this. It consists of 10 modules, and 10 modules, each module is about 90 pages up to 100 pages, so it's about 800, 900,000 pages long. And you can see above there is the idea of the good healthy school, as I already said. We want to promote schools so that they can be better schools. So, and then we can see Mind Matters there. Is there a pointer somewhere here? Is a pointer somewhere? Is a pointer here inside? Huh? Yeah, a little bit. You can see here the good healthy school. You can see here Mind Matters, and you can see here blue ones that are modules for pupils in the classroom. On the left side, you can see primary schools. Here are secondary schools, and here the more yellow ones are only for teachers, because the program is about school development. We want to be helping them to be better schools with health. So there need to be a module inside where we helping teachers to develop the quality of their school in general with mental health. So that is here School Matters, and I adopted the English term because I had no idea how can it make it better in German language. So the Mind Matters program is in English, School Matters, this module is also in English, and this is only for the staff and also the head of school. They think about changing the quality of school with mental health. And here we have 2 other modules. You know that it's always about 90 up to 100 pages long, so with lots of exercises also for the staff members. And one is about, this is about community matters. That is the relationship of school to community, to parents, we already heard it, about families, about the sexual orientation of pupils who are coming from the community to school, and they have to deal with this, or migrants in school, all these kind of things. That's community matters for schools and for mental health, of course. And the next one over there is about suicide and self-hurting of pupils, also important issue in schools, and school itself should be clear about how they react, how they will react if it happens in school, suicide, for example. Very seldom event, but it happens sometimes, and so school should be prepared. The whole staff should be prepared, so it's for the staff. And here you can see other modules that's about mental health problem of pupils in school. Here it's about social-emotional learning. Sorry, social-emotional learning here on the West primary schools. And here is, it's about, sorry, I have to move over here. How to deal with loss and grief, for example, in the classroom. Pupils have, in the secondary class, they have often problems with loss and grief. For example, the grandparents died, parents divorce, and the pet maybe also died. So it's a problem that should be dealt with in the classroom. Mobbing, that means bullying in schools, for example, how it goes. That is about mental health problems you can have. Pupils often use mental health terminology to stigmatize each other. You say, for example, you shih tzu, you are stupid, you are crazy. They're using terms where they try to hit the other person instead of giving a punch that is an intellectual punch or mental punch, and it often hurts more. So pupils often don't know what they are using there, what they are doing to each other. So it's about wording, it's about language, about understanding what is schizophrenia, what is a depression, what is a eating disorder. So that there is a kind of getting more knowledge about all these kind of problems that could be happening when they are young. And the next one? The next one over there is a new one we developed in Germany. It's about the transition phase, transition from school to work, from school to further education, university, for example. So the transition phase, that they can cope with all the new things happen in their life, that also can have very much influence on their mental health. So that is also a new one that we developed. And over here is about finding friends, also important in youngsters to find friends, to stay with friends, and also here to cope with stress. This is in German, I'm sorry to say, but now you had a little lesson in German language, so you know a little bit about terminology in German. So, but this is about the program Mind Matters, and going forward, we have a website, of course. We have a lot of material. You can go there and look, but also in German. Maybe you're familiar with German language, because we are neighbors, and I'm sorry to say that I'm not familiar with your language. But maybe you are familiar with German language a little bit, and then you can go there and get some information, more information than I can tell you. Yeah, from reactivity to proactivity, a resource from Australia. Yeah, we have adapted it, translated it, evaluated, and printed it in material. I have some material with me. I can show you afterwards. It is accepted, this is important, accepted by ministries of education. The first time when I adopted it from Australia, I went to the ministries of education asking them, do you like this? Do you think that we need this? Do you support this? And I got the support from the ministries of education of 2 German states at that time when I came back from Australia. And that was important for the funders of the program, that they saw, the ministries of education support this program. So we can give money to them to develop it at the university. It was a health and an accident insurance are funders with a long-term investment planning for a long time and distributing the program. They send it out to schools. It's for free. They send it out to schools by request, and they send the program out. We don't do that at the university, but the health insurances have the facilities to do that. So. And the target group is pupils, teachers, head of schools, and the schools in general. That means also secretariat. That means also people who are looking for the school, and the families already also. And we at the university are partners because we are looking for that this program is science-based, scientifically proven, and that we can develop it, that the quality behind this is important. On every our modules is the logo of our university, and of course the logo of our funders must be there. Yeah, and it's from a time-bound project to an enduring program. We have a long perspective in that program, not just 3 years or 5 years or whatever, and therefore from reactivity to proactivity by developing a strategy for scaling up. So we want to be proactive. We want to helping schools or prepare ourselves so that we can helping schools and not just to react if somebody needs help and then we have to look what we can do. We have a longer strategy and therefore scaling up. General aim for the coming years is to disseminate and to implement Mind Matters in primary and secondary schools in Germany. In all Bundesländer, in all these 16 states at the moment, we are in 14 states in Germany, 2 are missing. And each year should be 2,000 schools join in. So we every year 2,000 more schools come in and want to be part of the Mind Matters program in Germany. So yeah, if we look in about scaling up, we have a vertical scaling up and an horizontal scaling up. There's 2 different perspectives. If we talk about scaling up, what does that mean? And I will tell you a little bit more about general and then about what we are doing with Mind Matters. Horizontal means diversification, functional scaling. Scaling up expands program breadth. For example, adding additional services, adding additional modules. So on horizontal level, we make it bigger in a way. On a vertical level, it's a political scaling up. So we get more political support for this, building a supportive networks from community up to state level. So we have to look that it works over the years from the ministry downward till the community and at the end to the school, that we have a kind of political scaling up. And the other one is, the second one is about organizations, institutions scaling up to build strategic alliances with other organizations and develop the technical and management capacity of an in-country agency in order to sustain programmatic efforts, policy, or legal changes to overcome barriers and to support sustainability. And of an in-country agency development capacity and the management, we have a national center at my university, a National Mind Matters Center supporting schools, and we built this center up so that we have a focal point in Germany, so from where we can spread all the ideas about and support that is needed, so that is the capacity of an in-country agency. So Mind Matters now, the scaling up horizontal. We updated the modules. You have always looking for good modules so that you have to update them. We have added 3 new models, not only 2 but 3. A primary school, we added transitional phase of leaving schools for further education or work. And the third one is about valuing diversity in schools. That is about democracy. We want to promote democracy competences in schools with mental health. We support with mental health democracy competences in schools. We have a website, full support. Build a network. We have a Mind Matters community. That means that schools who are in the network of Mind Matters form or can be part of a community exchange experience they have on their level. We have a digital version of Mind Matters, and we have a train the trainer concept, nationwide one, so that we not only from Lüneburg aus have to travel around to train. We developed a concept of trainer scaling horizontal, that is, sorry. Sorry. A vertical political scaling up. We are continuously contacting Ministry of Education. There are units for school health promotion. They all have a unit for school health promotion, and also have units for types of schools. So we are very familiar with the organizational structures in the school government, so that we know the contact we needed to talk with them and to listen to them, what their needs are, and how can we go forward. And vertical is linking existing institutions on Länder level who are supporting schools already and are experienced partners in working with schools. It is also important that we work with other initiatives, with other institutions on state level together. We don't want to be the only one. Mind Matters is not the only one. We want to cooperate with them. So that is looking to communication with them. That is also very important. Yeah, problems to be solved, steps to be done, accessing scalability. You can see a little bit here, and I have no time to go through in detail, but we have to assess the scalability. We have to develop, further develop scaling up plan, preparing to scale up ourselves, and what are the preconditions, for example, what are the preconditions we need to address? Do we have the commitment of the stakeholders and the politicians to go through with it? What about our resources? Are we enough to, for example, human or financial resources? If you want to do a scaling up initiative or scaling up, you have to check how much money does it cost, how many people do I need, what experiences they should have. Is our funder does our funder like it that we're doing this? Does the ministries think that it's a great idea to do that? That is all these kind of things we have to solve the problems. That's about communication with all the partners, and there are steps you have to do. You have to go. Okay, go forward. Assessing now, we're going through assessing the scalability problems to us, developing a scaling up plan. We have to prepare to scale up, and that is important for you maybe to know. We are working on contract basis. Maybe you also, if you're doing programs and projects with funders, you need contracts and ministries. And we have a National Mind Matters Program Center at my university. And we are working together with the health and the social accident insurance. And the social accident insurance, I don't know if you have that in your country, that is the only insurance for all pupils in Germany for if they have an accident, you know. That means more than 12 million people are insured by this insurance. So that is important. That is the biggest player you can have. And the health insurance, here the health insurance over there, health insurance, our partner, is the third biggest one in Germany. So we have very good partners in our program because we are nationwide. So we get a good reputation because we have the significant players with us. And we have, of course, talk with our funders and the ministries about content, time, and resources. What resources can we get for our program? And you can see the volume is about, at the moment, 300,000 euros per year in the program. So that we get from our initial funder 300,000 per year, so we can do something. And and we have also contracts of the funders with the lender, so that we, on different layers, we have contracts, so that very stable program, so to say, because we have all the partners contracted, so we are bound together. There's a lot of money in that, so it's quite good, and we have always to look for content, time, and resources. I already said this here, content, time, and resources. Yeah, and the thing is, why do the funders spend so much money every year? 300,000 is about there's a legal basis, because they're obliged to be active, for example, in school health promotion, and paragraph 20 in our code of law says that they have to do something. The money from the members of their health insurance, they have to spend also for school health promotion. So that is a legal basis behind that. So go a little bit forward. More. Okay, scaling up an intervention. Project management, we have this established already. Ongoing quality assurance, we have that. not yet really going. What we will have to do, that means also evaluation behind this, and planning of another external evaluation study. At the moment, we are planning for another big external evaluation study. We have one evaluation study already done, not we ourselves, but an external agency, for the primary Mind Matters. The primary program of Mind Matters is externally evaluated, and we are now doing for the rest a new one. So that is, I think that is enough for me to tell you about what we are doing in Germany. We are, I think it's, yeah, it is a little bit complicated to explain now, therefore I will stop here and just want to say there are 3 ways for men or women also to act clever: through imitation. This is the easiest, a little bit, we have done this, we put it from Australia, the program, we needed not to develop it on our own. Through reflection, that is the noblest, of course you have to think about, we're doing this also a little bit. And through experience, that is the most bitter way. I think that is true. Evaluation shows sometimes contradicting results, and then you have to start to think, and maybe you imitate it from other countries. So, and you can see it down there, who helped me by making this presentation. So, thank you very much. Listen to me, and hopefully it was interesting for you to learn a little bit about a program. Just another country, just some 50 minutes away from Frankfurt, coming here. So that's very easy to get into contact, to learn more from each other, and also from the other programs we are running in my institution. So thank you again, thank you very much.